Hey, what's up, Buck fans? Real Bucks Talk here with you yet again. It's another live stream Monday. This time it's not a victory Monday. I know you guys are a little upset. It's been a long time since Thursday, but still the Bucks lost 20-19 to the Chicago Bears. We're going to talk about that a lot. The ups and downs. What did we see that was good, that was bad? But if you haven't and you haven't subscribed yet, Real Bucks Talk, we talk all things Buccaneers content. If you like that type of stuff, subscribe, hit the like button. And with that said, Michael Plus, how are you today? And what did you think of that game?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. It was a pretty good weekend, but last Thursday was pretty tough. I mean, yeah, the Bucks losing and then the Rays lost, but they made up for it, on Friday. But anyways, yeah, the game itself, just to sum it all up, a lot of mistakes on both sides, mental errors galore. Um, I really didn't watch it back. I haven't watched it since it took place, to be honest. So, Mark, you're going to be the expert tonight, but uh, yeah, I was just really frustrated with how they game planned it. How they, I just didn't like what was presented on the field. A lot of flags, a lot of just bad football, to put it, in simple words. There was good things, and then a lot more bad though. So I'll just leave it at that. But again, it's only one game, so we learn from it, and I think the Bucks will be much better, obviously going forward. And they got a big test against Green Bay coming up.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's you touched on very little bit, but let's talk about probably the first thing. Max, the Nacho King, said pretty much the biggest thing you gotta say. Bucks need to stop beating themselves,
Absolutely.
and that literally seems to be the only thing that ever stops this Buccaneer squad themselves. Stupid, dumb penalties, dumb, just mindless mistakes, or just blatant things that you know are going to happen that you just let happen. Let's actually, you know what? Let's bring this up. Mr. Greg Allman. I know all of y'all know Mr. Greg Allman. This cool little stat. NFL keeps a statistic called stalled drives to note penalties significant enough to scuttle a possession. Patriots have just one all season. Titans two. 15 teams have five or fewer. The Bucks have 14. Only one team has more. Arizona Cardinals. We have 14 stalled
Yeah.
drives. And what was funny is five of them were from one player, Donovan Smith. I know everyone hates him. I've tried to defend him at points. That's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. That's just a big bag of shit. And the next player is a rookie guard. And then another thing, Carlton Davis is one of the leaders in that category as well because of all of his pass interferences. So little things like that, you're beating yourself. Little things as in dropping balls. Tanner Hudson, how many balls can you drop? Little simple things. Not blocking the right times. Defensive assignments. Not understanding your defensive assignment. And we'll talk about the defense, but first, Bucks beating Bucks. When the hell is it going to stop? And I think that's why BA was so like dumbfounded. Like it's coaching, and we just got out coached that game and outplayed. And it's true because we beat ourselves. We're outplaying our damn selves.
Hmm.
So first touch on the penalties, and then we'll go on the offensive play call and all that fun jazz.
Yeah, the penalties. I mean, you got false starts, you got holdings. I mean, I think we had what was that one drive where we had like six straight
Yep.
flags or something like that. So yeah, I mean, when you're you're like first and 40, like that's not a way. That's no way to play football. I mean, you're just not going to win in those scenarios. So, and then plus you're doing nothing to subdue the Bears pass rush by throwing it quick and short game or using any type of screens or anything like that. They did it at times, but again, just inconsistency with the play calling and the play design. The Bears weren't doing much as far as coverage. They were playing a lot of cover three, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of what you told me, and like just continue to run the vertical offense. That's just not going to work. I mean, you got to set things up and hit these guys underneath, what you were doing again at times, for certain drives when they scored, points. And then, same thing inside the red zone. They weren't real creative there, got boggled down and struggled. So, yeah, just a lot of mental errors is what I'm going to put it up as. Brady missing people as well.
Yeah.
So
Can't break wide open
there's
middle of the field at times.
yeah. So there was just missed opportunities and a lot of just bad mistakes and bad play. So that's what I'm going to sum it up as.
Yeah. So bad mistakes. So this is something we're going to talk about. 4th and 1.
Yes,
should have gone for it. Shouldn't have gone for it. But let me just say this. You touched on it. We had a Gronk defined setup play. It was a perfect play against a cover 3 defense, which they kept doing over and over. If they're going to drop back, throw a dump off a screen really quick to Gronk. Mismatch, nightmare, go get it. He gets like 25 damn yards because everyone's just kept dropping back. You did one damn screen the whole game. That was it. And yes, catch 22 is, oh yeah, well now you could have thought, no, they were playing cover 3 damn near the whole damn game. Because the time they would play cover 1, they'd get their ass lit up. That was like on, what's his name, Mickens' big play. That was a cover 1. Tyler Johnson's, I believe that was more of a cover 2. But still, either way, he just ran into a perfect zone and Brady hit it because no one's looking on that side of the damn field. We don't use that to our advantage. Why do you think Tanner Hudson worked so well? Because we used it again. Put him out wide, a mismatch against a linebacker. My tight end's more athletic. He can win on a slant and use Mike Evans as a diversion. And it works. So little things like that do work. Why aren't we doing that in the red zone? I have no damn clue. We do it inside the 5-yard line. Mike Evans is a freak, yes. He's going to win 9 times out of 10. We know how to do it there. Why the hell can't we do it every time we get to the 20-yard line? It's like they forget what the hell to do. No, spread it out. Spread it out, guys. Spread it out. This is what's going to... It got us here. It's going to continue to work. It doesn't in limited space. We've been saying this for a while now. When they run the top 3 tight end sets in the red zone, so for some reason, it always works. Because we have that many damn guys that have mismatches. And just bodies in space. They can outbody the person in front of them. Why don't we do it more often? Maybe it's the scheme. I don't know. But
I think it's a combination of
outsmarting themselves.
Yeah, they're overthinking things, especially offensively. I mean, you have simple concepts that were working. Just continue to run those simple plays for Brady. Get it out of his hands. He doesn't take hits. You continue to move the football. You continue to run the football. Rojo was feeling it in this game, and you only give him 15 carries or whatever he had. Continue to feed that guy or find ways to get him the football out in space. So just little things like that. You're already banged up at the receiver room. Mike Evans wasn't going to do much in this game because he was, hobbling around. So find ways to utilize, what you have and different ways, but do it in a smart way where it can win against the defense that is being played.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the 4th and 1?
Yeah. So because Raymond Vanderheim said biggest mistake was not going for it on 4th and 1 instead of kicking the field goal to take the lead. So I'll let you take that side, and I'll try and take the other.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, everyone knows I'm big into analytics. So, looking at that situation, you just got a big play from Rob Gronkowski, right? So you get it, into a 4th and 1 situation. You already went for a 4th and 1 situation way back in the first half, inside your own territory, mind you. So you had balls there to go for it. Now you're in a situation when I think there is less than 5 minutes left in the game. You're down 1 point. It's 16-17 Bears. I look at it. Let's try to go for the touchdown. Your defense already has to make a stop regardless. You're already counting on them to make stops. Go for the touchdown. You get up. Let's see. That would put you up 23 with the extra point, so it'd be 23-17. You still be up 6 points.
It was 5:45 left in the game when they hit the field goal.
Still, that's a crunch time situation, I believe. It's 4th and 1. You have a numerous amount of plays that you could go to. You could do the quarterback sneak, which is Brady's special. That works a lot. You could do that. You could run it with Ronald Jones, who I think is effective in 4th and 1 situations. You could do play action and throw it to Cameron Brate, who gets open in the flat. There's a lot of different things you could have done in that scenario that would have been successful. And if you are successful, hell, you don't even know if you score a touchdown if you even get it. So, but my biggest thing is go up more than just 3 points when you know your defense is most likely gonna give up a field goal. Do that. And I know you're pointing at the the situation. I know you're pointing at the punt situation where we just, we threw it twice and only ran it once. It didn't run up, enough clock off.
I'm going to talk about it.
But still, I'm all for going in on 4th and 1 because you need to score touchdowns in this league to win. And, that was a perfect time to take the momentum. And the Bears were already they were pretty much controlling the game pretty much in that second half. Go for the touchdown yeah, they pretty much were. I mean, they were pretty much dominating on both.
Okay, plus, good, you got muted. I don't know what happened to your voice, but it got muted somehow. Maybe the football gods knew you had to get muted. So, let me just quickly go over here. Thankfully, when you get back, let me know. But, third quarter. This is the third and fourth quarter of the second half. Punt, field goal, which is a 47-yarder, big kick. Mm-hmm. Punt, field goal. That was it. They never really ran down. The only reason why they scored... No, wait. I gave you your time.
I gave you your
time.
I didn't finish my point, though.
Go ahead.
All right. So, I would still...
my point, though.
I would still go for it on fourth and 1. I'm sorry. You just have too many good situations. The percentage lines up for it. You have too many, it sets it up perfectly for you to go for it there and get it and end up, taking a bigger lead. Now, granted, we sucked in the red zone the whole game.
Yes, absolutely.
But still, I would still go for it and go for the kill, to say the least, because I don't think the Bears score a touchdown. I think we hold them to 3 regardless, or shut them out even. So that's why I go for the bigger point differential. You force them into a situation where they can't get 3, which is more likely than getting a touchdown, and the percentages add up to going for it at that time, just in my opinion.
All right. So, and it's a good argument, a good opinion and point. I'm going to try and take the other side. So, looking just at last night's game. The Vikings go for it for this 4th and goal, or not goal, 4th and inside the 20. Go for it. 4th and 1 could be beating the Seahawks. They'd say they're going to go for the win. They'd turn over on downs on a 4th and 1. And
that's a different scenario.
Okay, they were up 26-21. If they kicked the field goal,
that's big difference.
Okay, but
that's
still,
a big difference.
Your analytical thing of saying, every time a 4th and 1 you go for it inside the 20, you go for it. That's what an analytical brain will do.
No, I did not say that.
Well, I'm just the purist would.
It goes off a variable.
Now, don't do this little
change.
Don't do this Trump Biden speech. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. So let me get mine out here now. So,
all right, I'm shut up.
Usually, analytic purists would say 4th and 1 inside 20. You go for it every damn time. It makes more sense. You're making the whole team drive 80 yards. Not giving him a short field, get all that jibber jabber jazz, whatever the hell you want to call it. So in that scenario, the Vikings lost because they could have taken an 8-point lead, had them drive the whole way again, and have to go for a 2-point conversion as well. That's a lot harder than just trying to go for the win and then they just take it over and dominate. To me, that fits this as well. And then I'm looking after. They got slaughtered. -7 yards, took 2 minutes off the clock. We got the ball back. This is what I was pissed at. Yes, I was okay with them going for points. Because guess what? They got the ball back again and shit the brick. 27 seconds off the clock. 16 of it was on offense. The rest was the damn punt. That's what's bullshit to me. Because our offensive play call is so damn inconsistent and predictable when they need to be literally on point. When the game's on the line, they're predictable and they shit the bed. And that was a poor excuse for an offensive play call. On first down, there's 9 men in the box. Let's run right the fuck at them. And I'm sorry to curse, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then they say, we wanted to try and get the win, so we had to start passing. The most predictable time to not run, you ran. That's stupid. That's dumb play call. That's on Leftwich, to me. And then the 2 passes you did were stupid, dumb passes. Like, it was there was attempting to go to Rojo, knocked down, and another one you try to throw to Tyler Johnson, and you don't even throw it accurately. It was all in the zone. So it's like, that was pathetic. In my mind, that's what lost us the game. Not this field goal, this shithole is what lost us the game. And then, even with that said, we only allow a field goal. We're only down 1, and you still can't drive. You had so many opportunities. Yes, you could have sealed it with a touchdown here. Guess what? You got the ball back. Could have sealed it with points. A field goal. Just getting first downs. No, you didn't. You let them get another opportunity. And you still had a chance to come back and win the game. You can't do it. The fourth quarter was a shit show for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then they just let the Bears get into this game. The Bears, they're like, okay, I guess. Give me my gift, I guess. I don't know. Because everything about that fourth quarter was terribly managed, terribly outcoached, and it wasn't even the better team won the game. They just did. Mm-hmm. They just did. Let me go over in the chat real quick. So we just got heated over there, so I wasn't reading any of this. What's up, fellas? Danny Danello. Hey, buddy. What's going on? Raymond decides that you go for it on 4th and 1 early on your own 20, then you live by no risk it, no biscuit. Yeah, Plus said that earlier. Yeah. A question here: do you guys think the lack of preseason games has contributed to so many injuries across the NFL? I do believe that.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be real. They would have converted on the 4th and then called back for holding. Riley Holman back? Yeah, that's pretty much what would have happened. It would have been by Donovan Smith again. I feel the same pain like the Little Giants game last year. Yeah. Coaches have been exposed this year. Goddamn penalties. Yeah. So, to me, offensively, game plan, I touched on it earlier. Inside the red zone, I'm not even going to say they would have gotten it if they would have went for 4th and 1. Not only because of the penalty, but because we don't know what the hell we're doing inside the 20. Inside the 5, we're phenomenal.
It could have ended up being the same, 19-17. And I agree with the what is it, second to last drive that we had where, that was just poor execution, poor play calling, all the above, poor management. But my biggest thing is, 4th and 1 inside your 20 or wherever we were. I don't even know if we're inside the 20, but it just makes sense. It makes too much damn sense to go for it there and try to go for the kill. But again, that's just me. That's how I would play it. Now, as far as your situation,
we're on the 7-yard line.
Okay.
When we kick the field goal, Jesus. See, we weren't inside the 5. That's why we didn't go for it. See?
Well, no, we should have went for it. But anyway, with the whole situation with the game last night, Vikings and the Seahawks. Now that changes the whole scenario. You're up 26-21. You have an opportunity to go up 8 points. That's a big difference. In that situation, I would be completely honest, I'd be fine either way. Go for it or kick the field goal, because if you go for it, you get it, you score a touchdown, you put the game completely away. Even if you go up by 8, you still have to stop Russell Wilson, which I don't think they would have stopped anyway, even if they did go up by 8. They probably still score the 2-point conversion, I think Seattle does. And then you go into overtime, and then, anything could potentially happen. But, yeah, I think that changes it because you're already up 5. So you have an opportunity to go up 8. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe take the points there and get the, bigger advantage and make it tougher for Seattle to come back. But that's my biggest thing. It all goes into variable change. You have to look at every factor because it's very important. I'm not saying go for it all the time. Again, I look at the situation and how the game is being played and what is the current score, because the current score plays a lot into it as far as decision making. That's just me.
I agree with that. I agree with a lot of your analytical points, but to me, some purists literally will say if you're inside the 20, there's no damn doubt in my mind. I'm always going for it.
Well, yeah, it goes to point totals. 7 is greater than 3, right?
Oh,
7 is always going to be the bigger factor. That's what you want for. Field goals end up losing you games. They can win you games in the end when it's a game winner, but that's pretty much the only time I want to see my kicker out there. I want to score touchdowns because that is what wins football games. That's what separates you from good and separates to being great. If you're great, you score touchdowns. Point blank simple.
Well, at least we got a kicker.
Yeah. So that's good news. But yeah, just couldn't score in the red zone. That's our biggest problem.
Yep.
But credit to the Bears. They did a good job inside that.
Well, then it's credit to every damn team because I feel like if we're not inside the 5, we're not the best team inside the red zone. We just aren't. If we're at the 20 to 5, we're just big bag of shit. I don't get it. They just got to use their Players better. Stop doing this damn spread them out wide shit. We've mentioned it in multiple games now since Denver game, I think. Even before that. So, don't get it. You see what's working every time, keep doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't reinvent the wheel. How many times can you say a different acronym or whatever the hell, quip? I don't know what the hell I'm going to say. All right, so offense. Leftwich needs to learn how to utilize his players better. Someone said it in the chat, actually. Yeah, Danny Danello said, great coaches maximize every position and players. Fully agree with that. Go ahead, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say they need to be consistent in their aggressive approach. That's pretty much the bottom line. Like, they show a certain approach to throughout the game. It's there, but they don't stay consistent with it. If you're going to be aggressive, stay aggressive with your approach and how you do things. And that goes with play call and play design. And that doesn't mean it has to be a deep ass play. You can go short. You have options, but continue to call aggressively. Throw on first down, run in good situations when it's designed to be a run. Call your plays based on the defense and how it looks.
Yeah.
And attack them appropriately. If you have a mismatch that is working, continue to be aggressive with that mismatch. Rojo's running well, continue to feed him the ball. Find ways to do it differently.
And I'm going to say this. Even though we're getting heated about certain arguments, we still lost the damn game by 1 point.
Exactly.
Let's think about that.
It shows you how good we are.
Yeah. And we are good enough to beat anyone. Yeah, this Packers game, we may win that damn game. Let's be honest.
We probably will. It'll be a Bucs
right?
thing. We'll beat them by 2 touchdowns.
And this is what happened. So we beat ourselves, and the next game we get pissed off, and somehow we're better. We're going to run.
It's like the Rams last year. We blew them out.
Slaughtered
them. And that's probably what's going to happen this week against Green Bay.
But that's sadly the thing that is. So the players, like some people were saying, undisciplined is coaching. Team needs to be disciplined on easy penalties, especially Donovan. Jensen needs a muzzle. Fuck the world. Yeah, I mean, to me, some of this is coaching. Some of it's just stupid. Like, false starts? How is that on coaching?
No, it's not.
That's like the player themselves doesn't know the snap count, so they're... Or they see a damn linebacker coming in to fake blitz. They're looking at the damn player instead of listening for the snap count.
Right.
They're being swayed by others instead of listening to what the damn player, the coach or quarterback just told them. The snap count's on 2. Oh! That's a stupid player. But it just is. I'm not being an ass. It's true. But
no, you're right.
And then holding calls, that happens at times. Like you can almost call, like you've heard this before, almost every damn play there could be a holding on almost every play. So some of it is just players just need to, you know what? Stop. You're getting yelled at. I made a joke on Twitter. I was like, damn well, BA is rolling up on his damn golf cart and someone honking his horn saying, stop holding, or I'm going to throw a flag on y'all. He did, zipping around in that damn thing. So, I mean, some of it's coaching, some of it's just players just need to frickin' learn from their lessons. Donovan, I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, I've defended the dude enough. At times, he's good and above average almost, and then sometimes he's just downright shitty. And even in this game, he had some reps where I'm like, holy shit, Donovan, my man. And then the Khalil Mack, the one before that drive, on that drive that started off where we had to kick the field goal. Look at this. What is this? Sack. 7 yards, Khalil Mack. Because off the snap, just Donovan Smith gets beat immediately. It's like, so quickly too. And it's like, dude, you do some good reps and you do that shit. Upsetting. But the thing is, the potential's there. They show they can adjust at times on this offense. I know we're touching a lot on this offense, guys. They show they can adjust. They show they have plays in there designed for tight ends. Can you believe it? Tight ends. Even though BA kind of shits on everyone saying, we don't throw tight ends. But guess what? The tight ends plays in that game worked. Gronk had a good game. Tanner Hudson was open on plays. Cameron Brate was wide open a lot on plays. You just didn't get him the ball. Maybe they should be a target, especially when all your receivers are really hurt. Mm-hmm. So make adjustments. Don't make them too late. And I think it's there. It's part of his Tom Brady learning the system too. But if you got Rojo running the way he's running, you got to kind of feed off of that. And they didn't do as much play action either. Again, blows my mind. Leftwich saying oh, I don't know how many times we've run play action. I don't really think it matters. I'm just going to put people in a position to be successful is a blatant dumb remark to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me as a passionate fan. Either way, they're still very damn good. I mean, it's just them beating themselves pretty much.
Yeah, and that's what and just my last point, it's just being consistent with their approach. Like, that's what they need to do. They need to focus on, if you're going to be aggressive, you need to be consistent with that. And what's a great way to stop a pass rush? Oh, guess what? Play action. So use play action. Yeah, use play action and screens.
Delay draw.
That's a way to slow down a pass rush. Did we do that? No. So, but we move on, and let's talk about this defense, who I think had a pretty solid game.
All right. Well, yeah. One other thing. Yeah, hit the like button if you're in the chat. I know you're out there. You haven't hit that button. Go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, let's talk about the defense. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, there were some mental errors, yes, at critical times, but overall the defense played well. But go on. I want you to go on your rant, and I'll kind of argue it with. But I've been talking enough. Give me your rant about using our players to be successful, a la Leftwich.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall, I thought, played a really good game. Again, they had a bad finish to the first half, and they just had some bad luck go their way in that first half, where they allowed 2 touchdowns, and then you're down 14-13 going into the second half. Second half, I thought they did okay. They only allowed a couple field goals, as Mark showed. They forced a lot of punts, so really it was the inability of the offense to do anything, which pretty much cost us the game. So I'm not going to put this game on the defense, but what I don't like seeing, especially when you're playing defense and you have a certain way, you have certain players that can do certain things. Again, this defense, the scheme, Todd Bowles a little bit, I thought, overthought things at times. At certain times he was good and he mixed it up well, and certain things worked to an extent. But I'm not a fan of putting guys like Shaq Barrett and Dominican Sue, whoever I'm missing, JPP, into coverage when those guys should be rushing the passer on every down. Like, they should be going after the quarterback because that's what they're paid to do, and that's what they do very well. I understand you're trying to run your 3-4 looks and you have your blitz exotic looks and your different types of coverages. I'm okay with Shaq Barrett running 2 yards back and to the right or the left and staying in that area, but I don't like him going back 30 yards or going back the deep middle, 12 yards. Let that guy rush the passer, because guess what? When they did rush the passer with their best guys that know how to rush the passer, they got after the quarterback and made plays. And they made stops, or they made pass breakups, etc. So that's my biggest thing. That's what I want to see going forward. Will I see it? Probably not. We're probably going to see Shaq Barrett on Eric Jones next week, Sunday, and he'll probably get beat for a big game. So I'm just going to have to live with it, but that's just my rant. I think it just doesn't make sense putting guys like that in positions where they're just not going to be successful. I don't care how many times you run it. And I know the player, it's his assignment to run it right, and he hasn't been. So I get that. But at the same time, he's not getting paid to do that shit. So don't make him do it. That's just me. That's where I'm on the end of the fence there.
Okay. So, and here's my, I guess, devil's advocate of that. So pretty much what you're asking is for them to go back to a 4-3 defensive front.
No, not at all.
I mean, you're saying you want JPP and Shaq only rushing the quarterback. Sue, and sadly, Vita Vea's gone. Now it's going to be Nacho and Golson doing that. Mm-hmm. Just rushing 4, sending Devin White, Levante David, and maybe a nickel just staying to cover. And you just want to be predictable in that way. Is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying when, given the situation, and I guess I didn't explain it well enough, but given the situation, if you have a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 9, or, you're in an obvious passing situation, let those guys go after the quarterback. And I understand Todd Bowles likes to blitz a lot on first down, which he should, because you want to get in 2nd and long, 3rd and long, etc. I guess the point is, if these guys, if this is what they're going to be doing, then you need to find a way to make it easier for them to make sure they're running their assignment correctly. and playing the flats where they should be and not going back, 15, 20 yards, because it's happening way too many times where we're seeing on tape where Shaq Barrett's just getting out of place way too often in these dropbacks, and that can't happen.
Yeah, so that brings me to my thing. I understand what Todd Bowles is trying to do, why he's trying to be unpredictable, how he throws in, because literally 2 weeks ago against Denver, everyone's like, I freaking love this defense. Todd Bowles for president. You the man. You the man. Like, everyone was all up and, God, he's going to be the next head coach. And now people hate the defense because, Shaq Barrett's dropping back. Well, guess what? It's bringing being unpredictable to the defense. I mean, yes, you have Shaq Barrett on the line about to rush, and all of a sudden he drops back. In some situations, you're taking the risk. The same thing with the Chargers game. They threw a damn all-out blitz. Guess what? You're leaving your corners on an island. Someone's going to get beat if the quarterback makes a good decision and a perfect throw. You're living and die by the pressure and the illusion of a man coming in and someone else coming in. Because there was a play where, Shaq Barrett got beat. He was on a man, third down on a running back. Shouldn't have happened. I agree with you on that. And Devin White got in. He just got in a hair late because everyone thought Shaq was coming in, but he didn't. And Devin White ends up getting in, almost gets sacked, but puts him in a position to make an easier field goal. So I understand your anger and stuff where you want him to be more rushing the quarterback. And I agree. I do. It's just more if you want this wild, crazy defensive scheme where it's so unpredictable, you don't know what the hell is going to come at you, you have to take the good and the bad. Yeah. To me, again, it comes to the player smarts. Know your damn assignment. It's that simple. JVP says it all the time. JVP, again, is a guy that is better at going after the quarterback. But if all you got to do is cover the first 5 yards of the flats, do it. And a side of this field, do it. Yes, if you're going 15 yards back, we lost. But that's because someone probably was out of place. These people need to freaking know where the hell they have to be and play within the system. That's all you got to do. Don't play more than what you have to do. And that's what I don't get. Like, people get mad. Why is he playing back? If Sean Murphy Bunting is playing back, it's probably because they're in a cover 3 and he's supposed to get his ass back to the deep third of the field. And someone else is supposed to get underneath and help him out. That's usually what happens. Then there's sometimes he plays back off on a man, then you get mad at him. Okay. And he did do both of those in this game. I can understand why he'd get mad at certain points. But every time a cornerback goes off is not a dumb move. It's because they're playing within the system. The linebackers need to do it too. That's my thing. If you know what the hell you have to do, you will be successful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that, and I'm fine with the defense. I have no problem with how they play defense. It's just I think at times there's got to be a point.
Oh, plus we lost your volume yet again. Good. Yeah, your volume went off again. Yeah, keep talking. I'll let you talk when you actually get in. But like to me, that's why there's a lot more successful 3-4 defenses. You can be so much more multiple. You have guys that can drop back and rush. That to me is valuable, and I think we do have that. The Bears just exploited Shaq Barrett's inability to cover and that short little area between the linebacker and the corner. To me, yeah, now I hear you. You're back on.
Okay,
but to me, that's
sorry about that.
But actually, Danny Danilo said, "Michael, thanks for turning up your mic. Because it actually sounds pretty good now."
No, I got it closer to my mouth, so it should be good. But no, what I was saying there is like I agree with everything you're saying. Assignment football should be that's what you have to do in this defense, definitely, because there's a lot moving pieces. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things to confuse that quarterback, and like you said, it works probably 80% of the time, 90% of the time if guys are in place and where they need to be. My biggest thing is when you're watching the game and you're seeing how the offense is starting to attack you. Yeah. That's my thing where you need to start adjusting your defense and looking at what is working for you. Rushing 4, 5 men, 6 men at a time, but with your best players doing that. That's my biggest thing. It's not taking you out of what you want to do defensively, schematically. It's just understanding at certain points of the game, you need to keep it, I guess, more basic and simple because you're facing an offense that can't beat that. In Chicago, you're facing an offense that couldn't really move the ball when you just lined up and played coverage and you got after the quarterback with your front four. So that's all I'm saying. Is just adapting to what is not working or is working, and go make it happen. Don't take yourself out of the scheme per se, because you still got to run your scheme, right?
Yeah.
You still got to do that.
Yeah.
But maybe adapt it a little bit to where you can be more successful when it comes into crunch time.
Actually, I agree with that, because I remember Todd Bowles saying in the Denver game they just tried new different looks because they could. Because Denver couldn't do shit. They were just lost. The Bears have Nick Foles. He's a smarter quarterback that's known this system for a while. And they were already attacking the little gaps that there are in this defense and expecting it. Going. It was simple for them at that point. So you had to go back to what was working. And I agree with you on that point. If they couldn't beat you when you did the 4-down lineman, stay in that until they could.
That's all.
And that's adjusting to what you're playing, who you're playing. Not trying to fit a round peg into a square hole kind of thing.
That's
and I agree with
point. That's my whole point of this whole conversation. Yeah. And that's all I want. That's all I'm asking for.
That wasn't the time to start testing out your new blitzes. And just because Vita Vea got injured before that play does not mean send the house.
Right.
You yourself say you don't like blitzing on third down. So then you send the freaking house. It's just that was funny, and it's
that's what I talk about. Overthinking it, and that's this coaching staff does it way too much, and it goes into game management and everything. I mean, you call a timeout before you go for it on 4th and 1, and you're inside your own 30. Like, why are you doing that? Just go for it. Tom's got it with the QB sneak. I mean, don't make it harder than it needs to be. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah. But actually, let's show a couple clips real quick of the defense I'm talking about with Shaq Barrett. If you watch our film studies, we've shown this over and over and again. This is just literally the Bears attacking what we see on tape. So if we see it, other teams should see it. So pretty much looking down here, you have Shaq Barrett here. You have Sean Murphy Bunting here. What's going to happen? Shaq Barrett's going to drop back into coverage, and he's just going the wrong way. I mean, just flat out, he's going to drop back. Why is he running right into Devin White? It's like he's trying to be a man in this guy when everyone else looks like they're doing a cover 3 deep thirds of the field. That's why he's dropping back. Everyone's like, why is he playing so damn far back? Because it looks to me, deep third. If you're already immediately running that far back off the snap, he's covering a deep third of the field. And Shaq Barrett, I don't know why, you should never be this close to a middle linebacker. Get the hell into your zone. That is him being dumb to me. That's not knowing where you were supposed to be. Maybe he was confused, didn't hear the play. I don't know. But that's wide the hell open. That's the easiest read for a quarterback. And then you go to this next route, or next play. Shaq Barrett's one-on-one with Allen Robinson now. So you can already assume he's going to be soft zone here. Already assuming it. So you go. He's covering that little deep flat. He's finally doing his assignment. What the hell's going on over here? Carlton Davis reading back. Looks again. Deep thirds. He just goes over. He should have let him walk into Winfield. Ends up wide open gap again. They're just reading the cover 3 that we're doing. Shaq Barrett exploiting him in coverage. And then Davis just made a mistake. Mm-hmm. What did you see?
Yeah, I saw the same things. And that's why I agree with you as far as being assignment sound. And this is something that is just not happening, especially when Barrett goes back into coverage. I mean, we're seeing this way too often. And this is something that, they definitely got to fix, and it is correctable. So, yeah, I mean, this is just too easy for the offense to execute. This has to be better.
I mean, it's sad. I mean, like, literally, to me, just knowing your assignments will fix our gaps. I think defensively, we have the personnel. Even with Vita Vea going down, we'll touch on that, guys. I know everyone's talking about his broken leg and everything.
Yeah.
But defensively, the scheme, to me, it works. You just got to be smart in it. Be where you need to be. I thought this year would have been, because of how much momentum we built after last year, at the end of last year, that they'd be even smarter and getting to their spots faster. At times they are. And then you see some things like this, you're like, that should not be happening. It just shouldn't. So I'm hoping they get their butts chewed out defensively and offensively. Offensively needs it a little bit more probably because of the penalties. And I don't even want to talk about damn Shaq Barrett's flags that he got because they weren't bullshit. That's not his fault. But my dude, just cover the flats better. That's it. Yes, they shouldn't be making you jump 5 yards flying back, turning your ass around to the quarterback. No. You should be you should be paid to go after the quarterback. You had 19.5 sacks. I understand that. But I hope we showed you kind of what's going on in the secondary and with linebackers covering in space to better understand what the heck we're talking about. But let's talk about JPP. JPP, some people are saying, is he going to fill in for Vita Vea? Let's actually mention Vita Vea. Tough, huge loss. I think we're still going to produce pass rush. It's more in the run game in that rotation that we're going to be really, really missing. But what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Vita Vea is the heart of the defense. I mean, he was playing so well in this game as well, and he's been playing, lights out, through the season. He's a big reason why, we're number one in rush defense, only giving up, I think, less than 60 yards per game. So, yeah, it's a tough loss. I mean, you can't replace him. You can just hope that you can, find enough guys to do what he did. Kind of as a rotation. Nacho is going to have a bigger role. William Golston is going to be a bigger role. You're going to see Khalil Davis in there at times. So, yeah, I agree. Pass rush-wise, I think we'll be okay. You can slide JPP inside and, rush him on a guard. You can use Ndamukong Suh the same way he's been used. So I think we'll be fine there. But, yeah, rundowns is going to be something to watch for sure, how teams attack us in the run game. Can Devin White and Levante David still make the plays that they have been making, without Vita Vea?
I think they've proven they have done it without him too, with Nacho in there. I mean, Nacho just doesn't individually perform as well as Vita Vea does. And not many people can, and the whole NFL can. That dude's a freak, 6'4", 350. I mean, you can't stop him. He just keeps pushing through you. But the thing is, he needed rest, and that's when we would just put him in and out. Golson and Nacho are still a good rotation. And then you get Khalil Davis at his quickness off the snap. And then, again, with the scheme, you don't know who's coming. So there's times where, Nacho is just going to fill up gaps. And then you're going to see David and Whitehead and White all coming at you. You just don't know. That's why I still think that pass rush will be there. Vita Vea just in the run game, there's nothing like him. Damn. Yeah. He's just a hell of a player. Makes everyone behind him just so much easier of a job. So best of luck to him, getting better, faster, you hope. But yeah, I can honestly see them even putting JPP inside and passing downs. Using your players to the best of their ability, like Plus kind of says. But where is he at? Praj P had some good points. He always has good points. He says, why not, when blitzing all out, why have SMB and Davis off coverage when they press the receiver? Those seconds are so valuable for a pass rush. Foles would have held the ball longer. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a great point. And again, I agree. That's another thing of putting your players in best position to be successful. It's what they do well. So why not have them do that? They're better man cover corners. Let them play man. Jamel Dean showed it. I mean, he was lights out in this game. Carlton Davis showed he's a lockdown corner with the plays he made on Allen Robinson. So why not do that?
Just stop drawing flags.
Yeah, that too. But that's a great point by him. I fully agree with that. If you're sitting in a blitz, you play press coverage because again, that's less time on the quarterback to make decisions, and it disrupts the timing. So yeah. Especially
if a quarterback's wanting to see someone eventually being open.
Right.
Then he's going to hold it and eat it and just take the sack. That's what you want. Great quarterbacks will read anticipation and see space, and they'll just throw to space. So you hope for the lesser quarterback, right? And then he made this other point saying every time Cordell Patterson came into the game, they had him in shotgun every time, just running swing routes like 5 times, and they kept letting him, like, why not Shaq just chip him? Mm-hmm. The sad part, they had Shaq sometimes guard him, and then sometimes they had Jordan Whitehead going in, and then just I don't know what the hell you're thinking at times. Sometimes just mental errors. Like the only thing I can think of is him thinking Patterson's going to sit in there to block. How so? Because every damn time he went out, or every time he's in the game, he's going out for a pass. So sometimes mental errors from players. Know the personnel that's out there, and adjust accordingly. You know that they went in the game saying Cordell Patterson is a pass catching running back. You know the coaches told them that. So that's why some of it's just players being morons, like not thinking it through. Mm-hmm. The coaches can tell you what to do, but the players got to play. Tom Brady said it best.
Yeah. That's definitely right.
But yeah, defensively, let's actually touch on this. Let's get over here. Internet news. So, options to fill the void left by Vita Vea. We called Snacks. Snacks said, not only no, but hell no. So, that would have been one hell of a addition if we could have gotten him. I guess some people were saying don't leave the door unclosed. I wouldn't be so sure that it's conversations closed. I would hope not, but I don't see it happening. What do you think about who's
No. I don't think there's really options to replace Vita Vea. I mean, you can't replace a player like that. I mean, all you can do is, again, you can just game plan a little bit differently with what you have. And Golston, Nacho, Sue, you can use Anthony Nelson in different ways. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all they can do right now and make it work. And I think they will be okay in that regard. Again, it won't be as great, but I think they can still survive it.
No, I agree. Like, that's why the scheme is good. I mean, to be honest, that's why it is what it is. It's going to produce pressure. You just, like you said, it won't be elite. I think Bucs should play man-to-man every play and blitz. So that was Proj P. I don't agree with that at all. Like, so that's being extremely predictable. That's letting the offense know exactly what the hell you're going to pull every damn down.
Yeah.
This isn't back in the day where it's not like it's Florida Gators versus Georgia Southern or something like that, where you can do that because you can just bully them.
Gators lose that game.
Yeah, well, that was Texas A&M. Come on now, Kellerman ain't that bad.
I'm just saying they lost to Georgia Southern in the past. So.
Oh, but I mean, still, like, well, let's see, Appalachian State or who's a little, I don't know, some little smaller school.
I'm just messing with you, Mark. But just, no, I agree with you.
You get the point.
You can't play man defense throughout the whole game. It would just be too hard on the corners. It'd be too hard on your defense. And like Mark said, you become predictable, and the offense would just have a field day because, hell, they know it's coming. So, yeah, you can't do that. It's not like and even the Bucs, when the Bucs played their cover 2 defense, the Tampa 2, they didn't play that a lot all the time. They had to mix it up. So, this is the same thing. You got to run.
And people back then got mad when we didn't do it every damn time too. And it's like you can't literally do it every time.
No, you can't. No.
And we said our defense is that good on the back end to play man instead of coverage. But you say that now, but like literally 5 weeks ago, everyone said this was the 32nd ranked secondary in the NFL. But a lot of this is because our pass rush scheme is so well thought out. Like, they just don't have time to throw the ball. And when they do throw the ball, it's usually just trying to throw it away or eating it, taking a sack, or Justin Herbert going madness. The last 2 weeks, probably our damn secondary doesn't look good at all. But I mean, that's just saying something. Someone was joking, put Minter at defensive tackle. He's talking about Brady again, command the huddle more. But still, to me, defensively, if you fix some of your little gaps, you'll be perfectly fine. I keep saying it's mental errors, little things. The defense, we should not be worried about. They should be in the spots that they need to be in. They know where the hell they have to be. Winfield's playing good. He's the only one that you should be worried about. He's a rookie. He's the only one that's pretty much learning on the go. Everyone else is lights out. They should be. But let's see. Then they kind of, I'll go more to this little story. In-house rotation, yeah, I agree. Sue, Golson, Raheem Nunez, Roches, O'Connor, Khalil Davis, yes. Veteran, don't even look at that. But it's another little touch of news. Bucs signed Chappelle Russell and Ross Cockrell because of Vita Vea's injury, IR, Jack Sitchie, IR. His is going to be only probably like 3 weeks or less. It's like a hamstring injury. Just can't seem to stay healthy ever. So we get to see him, but they also waived Parnell Motley. What are you thinking these moves are about? Let's hear it.
Again, that's just, I think they wanted a more veteran presence at corner with Cockrell. Parnell, I think, is going to go on the practice squad. And then adding, I forget who's the other guy they added. I'm
Ross
sorry.
Cockrell.
No, the other guy after that. They added another guy, didn't they?
Promoted. No, it was just they added to the practice squad. They had a Sear Ware, I think a Cedric Ware, Cody McElroy, and Travis Jensen to their practice squad. And they just called up Chappelle Russell and Ross Cockrell.
Chappelle Russell was the other guy. Okay. Yeah, Russell's taking Sitchy's place, so that makes sense, and I'm fine with that. He can add to special teams. He can, be a rusher at times if needed. So, yeah, that's good. But yeah, I have no problem with the moves. I think those are fine.
Oh, so there's a heated argument going on. Not heated argument, but like Proj P kind of said, Gronk looks like his fingers still had the CBD lotion on it, slippery as well. And then someone said, the God Pill said, old Gronk would have caught the last third down drive pass if he didn't think he was going to get laid out. Obviously, obvious sign you are too old for the game. But I mean, yeah, it did hit his fingertips. I agree with him. I don't know what happened in that play. Mike Evans just didn't get deep enough. And it seemed like Gronk was sandwiched between like almost 2 or 3 players. So he probably could have come down with it. But again, yeah, if you're footsteps and you have a history of that many damn concussions, I'd be scared too. Plus, I don't want him sacrificing right now. You can't. What is the BA quote? You can't lose the Super Bowl in September or something like that. What is it?
I don't know.
Whatever the hell it is. And Gronk looks like he's late.
Win your next game.
Yeah. That's it. And then you scrap this one up. You learned, again, areas where you're making mistakes and making mental errors. And then you saw places where you can attack. I mean, you had mismatches all over the field. And you could have attacked them. Sometimes you just didn't have time. Sometimes you beat the hell out of yourself with flags. So, learn. Keep going forward. It's not like it's the end of the world. Yes, Packers are a damn good team. Let's touch on that. Someone earlier was talking about what do we think about the secondary. I think their secondary is amazing. But I think, again, feed Rojo the damn ball. That's all San Fran would do, and then they'd rush the shit out of Aaron Rodgers. Guess what? We can do those 2 things. Don't put it in Brady's hands. Let Brady hand it off and then run that play action. Do exactly what you did in the second half of the Chargers game. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. If the Packers' strength is secondary, don't pass it to them off the jump. Run the ball, make them cheat and come close, and then light them up. But, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. Let's see if they just mindlessly stick to their scheme again, no risk it, no biscuit, or if they smartly attack a defense. But what do you think about the Packers?
Yeah, they... First of all, you got to come into this game and play mentally sharp. You got to be assignment sound. You have to not beat yourself with penalties, stuff like that. Can't turn over the football. So they got to play a clean game. And then they have to play smart, like you said, and how they attack the Packers and how they defend them. So I agree with you. You need to use your tight ends, your running backs. You need to use your screen game. You need to find ways to get those guys, in deep, or come close. Not in deep, but come close to the line of scrimmage. Because, Jari Alexander is no joke. That guy's a cover. He can cover anybody. And then I think they have Kevin King on the other side. So there's a lot of good options that they have in that secondary. So it's just using what you can, what they give you. If the run game is there, you got to take advantage of the run game. Let Rojo run wild and use those play action passes, and use it often. Even if the run game's not working, use play action, because guess what? Those linebackers are aggressive, and they're going to come up, and you're going to have space behind it.
Yeah, that's literally, you took the words out of my mouth. The Smith brothers, they're going to come at you, ears pinned back. That's what they are designed to do. That's what they're meant to do.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, you get them out in coverage and then you go attack them.
What do you think?
It's not hard.
And that's the thing. And they did it against the Bears. They used Max coming in, and they threw it behind him to Gronk, because dumbass just went right at it after it. Again, because you're using what he does best, but again, you can use their strength as a weakness, because he's going to keep coming in. That's why I say Shaq Barrett does need to kind of go into the flats and cover your zone sometimes. Because then, okay, well, how the hell do you beat them then? You just can't. So you can use someone's strength as a weakness. They're going to want to rush the edge quick, run a draw, eat it up. That's what the San Francisco 49ers did last year when they beat the shit out of the Packers twice, especially in the damn playoffs. So
for sure.
we're going to get pressure in on Aaron Rodgers. I just know it. It's just a fact. And then if we run the ball, get them off balance, thinking, holy crap, now we got to defend the run, then Brady's going to have a field day. But it's the way you sequence it. That's the word that you always use, the timing of when you run these routes. You just can't force feed your deep route concepts. You just can't. You got to work in little by little. Whether it is screens early, and if they stop the screen, okay. But then you're already giving them a fact. Holy shit, they could be throwing another screen. They ran a screen out of this play, out of this formation. So there's little things like that where we only had through one screen. That damn screen went for damn 30 yards. So, and then some people were saying, was Gronk ever fast or quick? Gronk still has speed. I'm just going to say that right now. There were times the past few games on tape, he has speed. I mean, you saw the Denver corner route. He ran that to perfection with speed. Chargers game, he had speed. He was open in the Chargers game a lot. He just didn't get the ball. He was open in this game. He got the ball. There was one he just ran a corner, or not corner. He just ran across the field and over, and he got it perfectly right in the middle to his hands. He has it. He still has it. He's just not getting the amount of balls thrown his way just yet. Let him get there. You talking down about him now, I guarantee you later in the season he'll be better if he stays healthy. But let's see, last couple things. Rodgers seems like a tough QB to get hits on because he's a little bit mobile, but still, like with the way we do things, it's tough. It is tough. I mean, it's just don't beat yourself. That's it.
Yeah. And I think the days off as well is going to help this team. I mean, they were beat up, in that Thursday night game, and maybe there was some fatigue there, and that's why there was so much, mental errors. And at least I'm hoping that's the case. Hopefully with a good rest, we can come back stronger. But again, we have to be mentally sharp in this game. There can't be missed assignments. There can't be flag after flag after flag. It has to be a lot better. And they need to play hard. They need to execute, though. That's the biggest thing. So if they can do that, I think we'll be in it. We're going to be in the game. I don't think there's going to be a blowout. So we're always in the game. We've always been in the game. Over the last couple of years. So now it's just about finishing. It's about being more precise. Hopefully, with Brady having more time to understand this offense, seeing what he did wrong and last week, and then also just an overview of the season so far, I think is going to help him. And just utilize your guys a little bit better. It'll be okay.
All right, and one last piece of news, which this is actually, I guess, a good piece of news. Tom Brady's reportedly closing on a mansion in Florida. Take a look inside. My dude's buying what? Private community went up for sale in November for $8.5 million. That was listed for $7.5 million. So, Tom, if you're about to get a house in Clearwater, Florida, welcome to the Bay. I hope you stay here for a long, long time. Just
got it for a discount.
Right? I mean, hey, I would strongly welcome him here just for the community itself, and hopefully just see Giselle walking around. You never know. Mm-hmm. Go to the beach and see Giselle out there.
Yep.
Oh, but hey, other than that, guys, this isn't the end of the world. It was one game where they beat themselves and we lost by 1 point. We can learn and get better. This is what you always do with losses, and Tom Brady is going to be pissed. Mm-hmm. And he's not going to want to lose again. I don't care who it is in front of him. He's not going to want to lose again. So, you saw his face after the damn game. Dude's got laser eyes.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that...
Psycho Tom.
Right? Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. You always are fun in the chat. I love when you guys argue with each other. It's funny. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed it. And with that said, until the next one.